online haircut.
What's up, guys? It's the Avenues Podcast, back with episode 203. Today, we're back in the studio, and as you guys can probably already tell, we only got the one camera set up today. Unfortunately, we couldn't find the SD card, so we're just making do with what we have today. So, without further ado...
Tell them about the Spotify as well.
Yeah, Spotify was late this week because Spotify for podcasters had this big reset where you basically had to go in and verify your account and connect it with your actual Spotify email. So we were figuring out that this week. The video's up today as of recording, which is Thursday. That will be back up, and Spotify will be running this week as well. So, without further ado, let's just go straight into our topics today. I'll start us off. With our first topic. So, basically, the Vancouver Canucks season has come to an end, unfortunately. Game 7, oh my God, against the Edmonton Oilers, we lost. Quite the unfortunate game. And a big reason of that was the absence of superstar Brock Boeser. So, Brock Boeser, a couple hours prior to the game, was out for blood clotting issues, which was very surprising for most fans. He's been a really key part of the playoff run, and he's had over 12 points in 12 games or something. So he's point per game in the playoffs, converting an unreal rate, scoring, assists, you name it, he's done it, right? And not having him was a big key contributor to why we lost. And basically today we got more intel as to what happened and why he was unable to play. So in this article here I have from Sportsnet, it's basically him talking about his injury. And so basically he said in game 1 he blocked a shot on the power play and he had a bruise on his leg. And he said just like normal, it was feeling fine. I mean, they're hockey players, they block shots all the time. It's pretty standard practice. But then he said a week later his calf started hurting, and then basically he got it checked out, and they said there was a clot in one of the small veins. He said it wasn't an issue, and so they allowed him to keep playing. Then he said the next morning, after Game 6, it showed that there was more clotting, and that the clot had moved into the deep vein, which I'm guessing could be an artery, or I guess just closer to the arteries, because if your veins are higher up and your arteries are lower down or deeper into your tissues. And then basically said he didn't really understand it at first, so it was an emotional morning. Getting told that you can't play in Game 7. He said it obviously hurt, and he was pretty emotional with that. Basically he's just going on to say that it sucks. And then, unfortunately, the boys couldn't get it done without Boeser, and we ended up, season came to a close. So that really sucks, and, wishing all the best for him. Unfortunately, it was just, somewhat of a serious injury, so they couldn't play him and, hope that the injury would get better, because it's one of those things where if he's playing, it's going to get worse, and if it gets worse, you don't know. It could be detrimental to his health. So that's something to keep in mind there. Unfortunately, he couldn't play, and that sucks. But I guess we just have to deal with that as a fan base. So
yeah. I will say I watched the game, and I'm giving you my honest. When I say this, I'm being completely honest. I've never been that mad at a game on watching TV. It's pretty simple. The Oilers deserve to win because the Canucks did not play to the best of their ability. They had 4 shots on net by the second period, and they didn't really start getting in there and shooting till the third. And when they did, they scored 2. They're both really nice goals too. So they should have played like that at the beginning. Now, I don't know why they were playing so poorly, but we simply got outplayed. and the Oilers put in more effort and attitude towards their game. They won the game fair and square. They deserve to win because of that. I think in this case, the Canucks lost to themselves is probably the best way to put it. That we, as a fan base, I believe, deserve a better game. And I think that the way they played does not represent their whole season and just playoffs in general for them. We should have won. And not only should we have won, but we should have made it to the third round. And I don't think the Oilers will get past the Stars. They're a phenomenal team. And I don't think we would have got past the Stars, but I would have been pretty happy to see them in the third round. But that's just not going to happen. So, yeah, I mean, it was a fun series nonetheless. Very entertaining, very fun hockey to watch. I loved looking forward to every single game. But we deserve better as fans, and I think that they should have won. It's as simple as that. And I think we'll see how it goes. Congrats to Talkit for winning the Jack Adams Award. Yeah. They well deserved there, for sure.
Yeah. No, I tend to agree with you there. I think the whole playoffs, we were playing all right, but just quite inconsistently. Like, you have some games where everyone shows up to play. The whole team's playing together. The chemistry's there. The lines are clicking. You're getting depth scoring. You're getting lines, your third line, fourth line producing. And then some games, it's just quiet. Like, where are superstars? Where's Hughes? Where's Miller? Where's Besser?
Pedersen really didn't do jack shit.
Yeah.
I mean, he was probably suffering from depression. I know that you laugh, but it's probably true. Have you seen the interview?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so you don't know what I'm talking about. But if you watch the interview, that guy is he's not right in the head right now, for sure. That's why they started the Let's Go PD chants. They wanted to cheer him up. Pedersen, if you're going through mental health issues, he probably is, then I kind of get why you're not performing that well. But, yeah, still, I mean, it's just unfortunate that he didn't play to his ability.
Yeah, and especially, like, just coming off the contract re-extension, and it's, like, 11.5 a year, like a big contract.
Just to play like shit.
Just to play like shit. And, I mean, in the playoffs, too, your play is obviously amplified. It's put on a stage where everyone's watching you, and being one of the highest paid guys, if not, I'm pretty sure he is the highest paid player on the team, you're supposed to drive your line a bit, and you're supposed to play at your worth. And I think, unfortunately for Petey, that just wasn't the case. And unfortunately, he couldn't get it done. So, I mean, we'll see what happens next year. I also saw an article. I didn't look into it, but I just saw it as I was searching out this thing about Besser. Apparently, he was also dealing with a knee injury throughout the whole playoff. So, I mean, that is definitely a contributing factor to probably some of his play, but I don't think you can just isolate it to just that as to why his performance.
Yeah, it's not a one-man show. He didn't. 100%. He would not have won us that game.
Yeah. I just think, like you said, it's like we only started playing in the third period, and like even then it was like the back half of the third. Like the Oilers got up and they played a full game of hockey, right? Not just 20 minutes. And with that too, I think Stuart Skinner obviously was a little shaky, especially with Pickard starting the game before. And I think we just didn't test him enough. I don't think Stuart Skinner's an amazing goaltender.
No, definitely.
And I think that we had all the right pieces in place. But unfortunately, we just didn't test him early enough. We kind of just didn't give it our all, it looked like. So
yeah, I had to blow some steam off after the game. I went for a nice bike ride.
Yeah.
But I also we got to recognize Shilov's amazing performance, and I think he will definitely be. This is just the start for him in his career. He will only be going up from here, and he's the only one that really played proper hockey. And he was very upset after the game, apparently. From what I heard, he was staring at a wall for 20 minutes with a towel over his head.
Really?
And I don't know how true that is. That's what I've heard. But, yeah, shout out to Shilov's. Great performance. Can't really ask much better from him.
Mm-hmm.
There's some shots you could, question, be like, okay, maybe DeSmith or Demko could have stopped. But again, that's not why we lost the series or that game specific. Yeah, so great effort from him, and I thank you, Shilovs.
Yeah, I mean, overall, looking back on it, great season. Really fun to watch. I mean, this season was definitely a historic season for points. Like Hughes broke, I think, a bunch of career records this year and franchise records.
Mm-hmm.
We had we were leading the league at one point in points, and
And the West for a while.
Yeah, and then we ended up winning the Pacific Division.
Mm-hmm.
So overall, great season, and
Yeah.
unfortunately we couldn't get the result we wanted, but still a great season nonetheless. And I'm looking forward to what this team has to build next year. Obviously, like you said, Talkett won the Jack Adams, and that just goes to show this team has so much more potential. And I think in a couple years, but with this squad, we can go a long way.
Hopefully they develop.
Yeah, hopefully it gets a little better there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, nothing more to say about that. I think that pretty much sums it up. But yeah, thanks for the good season, I guess, is all we can say.
Yeah, I guess so.
But then the question now becomes, do you support the Edmonton Oilers going into the next round, the conference finals against the Stars?
Well, here's the thing. I think for the people, they're all from Vancouver that are like this, but the people that are saying Stars in 6, let's go Stars, I get it, but you kind of got to be thinking outside the box here. The Oilers are the only Canadian team left. There's no rivalry really between the two. It's not like they did anything dirty. If they were out trash talking us, and if they were out there treating us like shit, then yeah, okay, I get it why you would want the Stars to go on and succeed. However, none of that happened. It was fair all around from them, and they're the only Canadian team left. So if I could choose any team to win, I would say Oilers. I think they're a good hockey team. There's some questionable things going on there when it comes to their team. They only play the same people. Their lines are so weird.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. But no, I think overall, I want Canada to succeed. A Canadian team hasn't won the Cup in over 30 years.
Yeah.
So I do want the Oilers to win, yes. Do I think they'll win? Absolutely not. But we'll see.
Yeah, I guess only time will tell. I'm kind of on the fence. I mean, the Oilers have always been my backup team whenever the Canucks have not made playoffs or get eliminated. So the Oilers are kind of my second team, some could say. But it definitely is hard to support them after they knock out your home team, your favorite team.
Yeah.
Especially in a Game 7 in such a tight fashion. But yeah, like you said, I don't think there's any animosity there. The series was pretty clean. There was I don't think there's any fights. There's some scraps in here and there, but I mean that's hockey and that's bound to happen. Where it would be different is a series like Florida Boston, where you see they just try to take each other's heads off. You have guys like Marchand trying to get under the opponent's skin.
Well, Brad Marchand, he's a
different story. But yeah, and then I mean to Chuck, you got him just absolutely just trucking guys over. Same with I think the East as a whole, I would say, is just a little more physical. Even the Toronto Boston, I remember I watched Game 1 of that series, and they were just the hits were insane. From watching the West to the East, I was blown away. But I don't know. I think if our series was more like that, it would be harder to support the Oilers. But I think overall, like you said, Canadian team with a bunch of Canadian players, I probably will be supporting them, even though it's a little tough too right now. So maybe give me a couple games and then I'll hop on the bandwagon, I guess. But yeah. And then yeah, with that, also the Eastern Conference, the Eastern Conference Finals is going on with Florida and New York. Now, in the beginning of the playoffs, I stated that I thought that New York was going to win the conference and go all the way. So I don't know. We'll see what happens there. Florida is quite a good team this year, just like they were last year. And I don't know. I don't know if they have the depth to do it this year, but only time will tell. So I don't know. I think it's going to be good finals and good conference finals as well. So I'm excited to see how both those series play out. But yeah. I guess we can just move on to your next topic or your topic.
Sure, I got a few.
Okay.
First things first, we'll stay on sports. I have watched AnesonGib's documentary series that he's come out with this week about his fights with Jake Paul and Taylor Holder. And I gotta say, it is very entertaining. The suspense, the cliffhangers that they leave after each like episode, it's very good, and the content is really good. I like AnesonGib. I think his story is really good, and this fight really highlights his story, and it really puts it into light the best it can. And I think, I like Gib. I've cheered for him, being the underdog and all that. And there's actually footage in there that you cannot see anywhere else, and stuff that is unheard of and that people did not know that actually happened. For example, the Jake Paul fight and AnesonGib, the first fight that Gib had, they have a camera at the ring, so it's like you see what the coach is saying, you see the critique after the game and all that, after the match, all that stuff. And Jake Paul was saying this horrendous shit to AnesonGib, and all of this YouTube boxing stuff, they say the most fucked up shit to each other. That when it's over, they're like, okay, like, yeah, I hope we can move on, whatever. If it was me personally, I would take my L or take my dub and leave it at that. I wouldn't want to be friends with this person. I would just leave him alone and ignore him. But some people are willing to be best buddies. Look at KSI and Logan Paul. For me, I can't see myself doing that. Someone that's done so much damage to your fucking life and so much money has come out of your pocket because of this person. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't see how you can ever be like buds after that. But Jake Paul, this is, like I said, this is an example of what's never been like put out online until now. After the fight, Jake Paul went up to AnesonGib and he said, it's all on camera, he said, great fight. You should have, I think you should have probably lasted a bit longer than that. And he said, I hope we can move on for this, and I hope we can be friends. That's what Jake Paul said. And Gibbs like, yeah, okay. But again, that's just that's just a preview. Like, stuff like that, like, it's never been seen. If you like Gib, if you like YouTube boxing, I would definitely recommend that you watch this. It's very entertaining. And they're like only a half an hour long. It's not really a documentary. It's just like
docu-series kind of thing.
Yeah, and it's quite good. I'm really looking forward to the next one. But I've watched 2 episodes already, and it's crazy. Like, Taylor Holder, like, when he tied that, I remember watching that like live, and I was being like, how the fuck is that a tie? And he literally went directly into the dressing room, and like this is all on camera. They're like filming his team, and his coach is like, FouseyTube comes up to his coach, because FouseyTube was doing the announcements. And FouseyTube came up to his coach, and he was like, I don't know if you guys want to. And then he like looks at the camera, and he's like, no. And then they shut off the camera, and like the clip like ends there. So I don't know what he said, but then after that, the next clip, the coach goes up to the ref, and he was like, tell me you know who won. And he's like, I can't say anything. He's like, tell me. And then the guy's just like, and he's like, you know who won. And the guy's just smiling. And then he's saying this to the ref. And then everyone's freaking out. Like, they're all, like, his team, Gib, they're all, like, starstruck. And then the coach is like, this has got to be a joke. Like, he was like, this is crazy. A lady comes up to Gib, taps him on the wrist, and says, do you want to do an interview? And he said, no, I don't want to do an interview. Like, he said it at that tone. Yeah. And all his team were like, no, do the interview. Tell them how you feel. Like, express what's going on right now. Tell them. That's before the clip of when he was like, I got robbed. Mm-hmm. That's what happened prior to that. So then he goes on, and that's when he says, like, all respect to Taylor, I beat you. I know in my heart I won. The crowd's all cheering. He's like, these aren't even my fans. And they know I won. Because it's in Miami. Like, I'm sure there's probably not many Gib fans there, but whatever. Maybe. But then he goes back to the locker room, and then he goes to Twitter right away. Like, that was rigged. I won that. They didn't include it in the docu series, but a few weeks later, he actually won the appeal, and he won. But at the time, that's fucking crazy. The fact that, and in the documentary series as well, they revealed, I didn't even know this, that Austin McBroom is a CEO of the company of the boxing, like the sponsor that set up the event.
Is it like Misfits or something? Or?
No. That was for Logan Paul. It's like social gloves, I think it is.
Okay.
And Austin McBroom is like a CEO. And this is like, I didn't know this until I watched the docu. And he was like, Austin McBroom is like best buddies with Taylor Holder. And so their coach was like, you put a certain amount of money on the line, like it's going to be a bit different of an outcome.
Yeah.
So that's what his coach was like, so like, he thought it was a joke. Like he didn't believe it really.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, I never knew this. Like this was like 2 years ago now. I think 2021, I think. So I was like in grade 9 or 10, but yeah, he didn't believe it. And like it's so cool to like see this shit now, years later. It's really like it's kind of it's cool. So yeah, I'd recommend it. Anyone likes YouTube boxing, likes Gib, to watch it. It's pretty it's like short. It's like half an hour for each episode, but it's really good. There's 2 out right now, and then he's gonna make another one, I think. That should be out already by this. Anyway. Yeah, so I watched that. It was really good. And then I guess another topic I got on sports as well. Inter Miami versus Vancouver Whitecaps happened yesterday. I was at that game. And, I don't know what happened yet because this is before then, but it was announced that not just MESSI, but Suarez and Busquets and Alba, right? 4 of those superstars are not making it to the game. They're not even flying out. They're not even going to be in the city. Don't know why. But the club has announced that they pretty much apologized. Axel Schuster, the CEO or whatever, the sporting director, whatever, I don't even remember what his title is. But he pretty much said, sorry, if you're 18 or younger, you can get a free kids combo meal. And that's about it, really.
Yeah.
What they should be doing is offering full refunds. However, they're a corporate business, and they're not going to do that because they would lose all their money, and they would have all the money they gained would be gone, and they would have no fans at the game.
Yeah.
Well, they would, but not a lot. That's what they should be doing. That's the right thing to do, but like I said, they're not going to do that. Now, I am very disappointed. I was looking forward to seeing MESSI, not just MESSI, but like an ex-prime Barca.
Yeah.
And I didn't expect MESSI to play, to be honest with you, because I was like, this is just too good to be true. The past few years, every time a superstar has came to Vancouver, something's happened, they haven't played. I've seen them on the bench or whatever. So I was expecting this to happen, but not for people. It's a big disappointment, and I am very upset at that, to be honest with you. I am disappointed. But it is what it is. You got to understand before you buy the tickets that that's a possibility, and I understood, like, 100%. But yeah, it's definitely a disappointment. They should be giving out full refunds. They're not going to do that. But that's pretty much it.
Yeah, it especially hurts when it's like the tickets are so outrageously expensive. Like, they jack up the prices like an insane amount. And so, yeah, it sucks when the whole reason that the tickets are so expensive, that the game is so hyped up, you like all these players, you get to see them in Vancouver, and you just, that falls through.
And that's simply why, for that reason specifically, that's why they should be given the refund.
Yeah, because
that
it's
right
like
there.
That's what people are paying money to see, right? Like, you can go watch the Whitecaps for like a reasonable price, like at any like, I don't know, regular season game. But that's why they're like the tickets are so expensive. That's why people are like, commuting all this way and like,
it's like
taking time of their day to go see that game.
Yeah, and it's like saying you pay this so much money for a Taylor Swift concert, and then before the main event starts, there's like some small artists that you pay for, but you're really there to see Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
But yeah, it comes with the rest of the... No, but you're really, like, it's, you know what I mean? Same with Miami. Yeah, you can watch the rest of the team. Cool. They're number 1 in the league. Awesome. But you're really there for the stars. So that's why they should be refunding.
Yeah.
Moving on. Let's talk about Jidion. Jidion made his return to Twitch. He has been banned since January of 2022, which seems like longer than it actually is. That was 2 years ago. I was in the 10th grade. But that seems like it was quite recently. It's a bit longer than I would assume. But here's what I don't understand. So, first things first, what he did on Twitch was catching a predator. He was doing the first ever Twitch live stream where he was catching a predator like on live. And he asked Twitch, has this ever happened? Have you guys ever done this before or seen this from the platform? And they said, no, I don't think so. The only person that I can maybe see doing this is Ice Poseidon, which he never did, but that's what they told him. So he's like, okay, cool. And he did it. It was pretty entertaining. All went pretty smoothly. Cool. People are like so happy that he's back. But my question is, why is he back? Because he posted a video on his YouTube saying that he's back. And in that video, he jokingly said, I need the money. But then he was like, just kidding, haha. To be honest, I think that's true.
Yeah.
To a degree. Yes, he is probably rich and still is, but definitely he took a hit income-wise. His views are down. He deleted all his videos, so he can't even make money off of what he's already produced. So the only income he's really having is from his new channel, which is devoted to Christian content, which has an insanely less amount of subscribers and views.
Mm-hmm.
He's definitely still making money. I don't know his income. I'm not him. I don't fucking have his studio opened up here. Yeah. But it doesn't matter. It's obvious to know that he's not making as much money, and he wants more. Maybe. I don't know. But here's the thing. I think that's true because he returned to Twitch. Think of it like this. He spent so much time hating on Twitch, so much time complaining about Twitch, to Pokimane, Kai Cenat, to Twitch directly via YouTube. And he's going to come in and just be back like nothing happened, talking to Twitch like it was nothing.
Yeah.
He said that he talked to Pokimane, Miskiff, and Kai Cenat, and they all had to get in on him with him and talk to Twitch directly to get him to come back. If that didn't happen, he wouldn't be back. Mm-hmm. So he got all these superstars on their platform to talk to Twitch. They convinced him to bring him back after 2 years. They already did that. They already had been through that. But I don't know, something changed. Someone who's spent so much time upset with a brand as shitty as Twitch is, for him to come back is very weird. Yeah. Now, personally, me, everything he complained about Twitch, those videos are gone. You can't watch it. You deleted them. But everything he said in the video was already known. It was already a known factor. It wasn't a surprise to me. Twitch had been doing that for a little bit before that, treating people unfairly, actually having horrible content on their site. And when I say horrible, I don't mean like bad, not interesting content. I mean bad for society. People were, that guy in that same year, maybe the year before in 2021, fucking put a cat in the microwave. It gets a lot of views. He doesn't get banned. Mm-hmm. People like literally strip, like women have stripped naked. They don't get banned. Mm-hmm. But fucking Jidion does some shit that's like, what did Bathrobe Dwayne call it? Not branded advertisement or something. Yeah. And so Bathrobe Dwayne said that like 3 years before that or 4 years before that, whatever it was. Like, this is not new stuff. And it's not the face of, like, it makes them look bad because they don't want to be represented about that. Now, you could say, oh, well, what about all that bad stuff you just named? Well, that is not the same because they're not highlighting that. Mm-hmm. Someone as big as Jidion with more fan base, they're kind of representing Twitch. The people that microwave the cat, the people that are stripping naked, they just blow up because of that. They're not a big presence. So for Jidion to be doing stuff that they don't like, they easily get rid of them. So Twitch is owned by a lot of liberals because of their left-wing views, and they want to be politically correct, yet they still want money. So they take sides, and it's unfair, it's unjust, and it's bad for society because of what is on there. I think I've shown you, but I've gone on Twitch, and I just look at the homepage. I barely use Twitch. it's all like half naked women on there.
Yeah.
It's horrible content. It's like bad for society. It's not good for men. It's not good for anyone watching that. And these people are making money off of it, and Twitch likes it because they're getting money, so they keep it out there. So Jidion pretty much said what I said, and what he said has been said amongst all the people that have been through Twitch. Big names that have been on Twitch, Aiden Ross, Ice Poseidon, they all left because they can't do what is known as free speech and have a fair ball game when it comes to the rest of the platform.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't like Twitch. I don't really use Twitch. I've used Twitch for like live streaming to test out stuff and like just for fun a little bit, but I don't like use the website. I don't have any reason to use the website. And so what Jidion said had already been said by many people. So for him to go back, it's like, well, you said all this stuff. Why are you going back?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I really don't get it. And that's why I think he needs the money.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I think, I don't know, if you cut all your content, like, it's one thing just stopping to, like, produce that type of content, but then wiping all of that content, which is, like, definitely a big way to make money, because a lot of YouTube, revenue is, like, somewhat passive income, you could say, because it's, like, the videos up there, you don't have to do anything, but people just keeps getting views.
He could have left those videos and probably keep making money for a long time.
He would have been like set for years because of what those videos are at.
Yeah.
Obviously not posting would definitely take a hit, but like wiping those videos like completely off the platform just takes away a lot of the revenue that he had sort of like backlog, right? And then obviously not producing videos adds to that. So I think I agree with you there. I think if someone speaks so passionately about, okay, I don't want to endorse this platform, I don't want to do this, I don't want to make this type of content, I'm sticking in my own lane, doing my own thing, I don't want to be bothered. For someone who was committed to that and now completely switches up and is like, oh, hey guys, I'm back, right? Like, I think there is some sort of monetary like emergency. Like, I think he needs the money. Like,
but the thing is as well is that I think he's conflicted because he doesn't want to go back to pranks. People are like, does this mean pranks again? And he's like, no, ha ha ha, no. Like, he was pretty serious about that.
Yeah.
But I think he wants to find some common ground. I think he wants to be like, I need money, but what's a way that I don't need to go back to what I'm doing?
Mm-hmm.
Because he's like, the guy he was working with, I don't even know his name, but the guy that he did a video with about the child predator thing, he's like, yeah, I think God's calling us to do that. Now, what he's doing, he believes that as well. Jidion thinks that this is like God's calling, and what he is doing is good for society. I'll give him that. But he said he's not going to be making any. He literally it was like he never left. I watched the VOD, and it was literally just like a normal Jidion video. He was cracking jokes, like doing all this funny shit, trolling. Mm-hmm. He was still trolling. So it was like he never left. He was just doing the same shit. It just wasn't a prank. That's the only difference.
Yeah.
He was still saying the same stuff. A part of his gospel resolution or whatever was that he's not going to troll because he thinks it's the work of the devil. Mm-hmm. That's his words, not mine. I don't believe that.
Yeah.
But he said that, and whether he likes to believe it or not, what he is doing is a form of that to his, against his words. So yes, he's not pranking, and he said pranking he thinks is now malicious and like a form of the devil. Essentially, is what he's saying. What he did say was that being, I forgot the word he used, but being like a trickster
and
is
like deceiving
and that stuff is like a devilish act.
Yeah.
But I mean, you could watch the VOD if you really care. He's doing some trolling, and he's like, that is, deception. So I don't totally agree with him on that. Mm-hmm. I like Jidion. I think he's a really funny guy. I love spending time watching his videos, but I think he's not being transparent.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want to be like, hey, I need money, which is totally understandable.
Yeah.
But it's just not what it seems, I think.
Yeah, and it also
no disrespect to him. I'm not here to bashing him or anything.
Yeah.
It makes sense. I like Jidion. The VOD was really funny, and I hope he keeps doing that. But I just don't think that. Yeah, I just don't think it's He's being transparent.
Yeah, and it's kind of on him, right? Because it's
Yeah.
like he was when he was making those like kinds of videos. Obviously, he was like doing very well financially, and he was probably pretty set. But yeah, I think converting all your content, that is his choice at the end of the day. And so coming out and saying, okay, hey, I'm back, and like pulling all of his viewers back for like one video and then just disappearing again, probably like is kind of a weird sign of saying like, hey, I don't know. I personally agree with you in the sense that he needs money. But what it does remind me of is Alex Eubank, who's like this like YouTube bodybuilder, health guy.
Him on here.
Yeah, same sort of thing. He did like a lot of his content before was just him like working out. He's got like a bunch of cars and stuff and like working on his brand. And then he started to make more Christian content. So obviously he's a devout Christian, but he kind of left that like out of his videos. And then he started doing this like, what's it called? 75 Hard or whatever, where it's like 75 days devoted to like, you sort of pick a couple aspects of your life and like you have to follow these rules every single day for 75 days. And so one of them's like, okay, it's like one outdoor workout, one like weights workout, reading a book or like reading some pages of every book or something, and then meditation and eating healthy and just overall like self-improvement kind of stuff. But then what he's like incorporated into his videos, the same thing was like incorporating his religion and stuff and trying to like promote that to people and I guess evangelize in his words. But what happened to him was the same thing. A lot of the viewers from before didn't really like mesh with his new content and him like speaking about his religion, and so he lost a lot of viewers. And the same thing, you see him like now he's trying to like clickbait videos more, and like you see him stray away from his like original style a lot and like what he was doing. And I mean, good for them, like they're living the lives like they want to, but you can definitely see like how talking about your religion and stuff like affects them, right? Like it's kind of a sacrifice they make.
The weird thing is though, is that I would think, and maybe I'm right, but I would think that Jidion has made so much money that he would be set for a long time.
Yeah.
So if that's what I believe, but yet he comes back and it's clear to me it's for money. I could be wrong. It's all could be bullshit what I'm saying. But to me it's very obvious that it's for money reasons. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it's like I don't understand that because I would think he would have enough.
Yeah.
I don't know. So that's the mystery, I guess. Yeah, so that's that. Moving on to some... That's all been kind of... The past two topics have been a bit negative. But moving on to one positive topic. Actually, we got a few more. So the Vancouver is getting Canada's first ever NBA house for the playoff finals. It's opening on the 6th. It's right next to BC Place. I'll show you some photos here. So this is a house, I guess, a Vancouver NBA house. And
What the hell is that?
It's a free immersive basketball experience. The event will have meet and greets with NBA alumni, the Larry O'Brien Trophy, interactive games, official NBA merch, and watch parties for games 1 and 2 of the final. They have a schedule, but the watch party is only 19 plus. I'm guessing because it's alcohol that they'll have. And yeah, I mean, it seems really cool. You got to sign up to be able to enter. Mm-hmm. I'm down to go. I'm gonna try to go with people that are potentially interested. It's free to go, but you just got to register to sign in and all that. It runs from the 6th of June to 9th. Huh. But they announced it today. So
it's pretty interesting. So it's just like basically like an NBA.
Yeah, but they'll have the trophy and they'll have alumni there for meet and greet. It's all free.
Huh.
You could watch, do some games and stuff, apparently. It looks like a really cool area.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll try to go to that. We'll see.
And that's not in... So it's next to... Is like what is it, like a pop-up kind of thing? Or?
No, it's like a building.
Huh.
It's like inside. They like converted it into like this whole area.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay, then we got these topics. So, Wolverine and Deadpool. The tickets, the advanced tickets came out this week. It's a very interesting movie. The trailer looks amazing. Wolverine is back after 7 years. and played by Hugh Jackman. Insane role for him to return with. I'm interested in seeing it. We'll see how it goes. But the box office, Deadpool and Wolverine's first day ticket sales set the R-rated record climb to $8 to $9 million, which is huge. And it doesn't even open for another 2 months until July.
So these are like pre-sale.
These are
tickets.
advanced tickets.
Wow.
And they're more expensive. So this is the record that was broken. But anyway, pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's insane.
Next topic. I forgot to mention. I have this here. I forgot to mention that Gib. Like, I was kind of curious. I just searched up Gib to try to find like him, but it was like, what is? It came up as like people also ask what is the meaning of Gib, and it says a male cat, specifically a castrated male cat. Gib. So
there you go.
I just thought that was funny. Shout out Gib.
Yeah, shout out Gib.
The beast from the east. But
exactly.
I think that's all from me. I thought I had something else, but I do have something else. This week it was announced for the light show. You know how every summer in Vancouver they do the light show for
Festival of Light or whatever.
Festival of Lights.
Yeah.
So I don't think this is a coincidence, but 604 News on April Fool's Day, they said it's canceled. They're doing a drone show instead, and everyone's like, I know it's April Fool's, but like that would be pretty like better. And then they go online and they say, it turns out we brought it into existence. They are also doing a drone show. So they're doing a drone show, and as well as they're doing the Celebration of Light. So there's 3 countries this year again. Well, 2 countries really. Portugal, Malaysia, and the UK. They're all within a week of each other. I really want to see one of them. Don't really care which one, but that's always really fun to do on a summer night. And they're also going to be doing a drone show for the first time, so that'll be fun.
That'll be cool. So, I mean, you can pretty much see the Festival of Light like all over. Like at my house, you could see it. Some people would go down in North Vancouver, down at the bottom by the Bay Area, sort of, and you can look across the water. And then obviously, where it's held, English Bay, like it is packed. Like I don't know if you remember in the summer, but like
last year was fucking crazy.
It was like there was, I don't know how many people there, but the whole beach was like lined with people. Like,
and they closed the streets and.
Oh yeah, it was a big deal. So yeah, I wonder if it will be like the drone show will be, I guess, like beforehand, or is it on a different day?
Yeah, different day.
Yeah, so I don't know. I wonder how that will be, because I mean, obviously, like I don't know how bright the drones are going to be compared to like fireworks, obviously, which you can see from like across the water. So I don't know. I wonder. I mean, obviously, it's never been done, so it'll be pretty cool to see.
I'm calling it right now. I'm going to be the first person to attempt to swim onto the ship with the fireworks.
The bars, yeah. Go all the way out there.
No, but I know someone that would, and you know someone.
Yeah.
Anyway,
shout out to the.
Yeah, but no, I'm not going to do that. Yeah. But do you have a specific country you would want to see out of those 3?
Maybe Portugal. I think Portugal would be cool, because what they do is they like sync the music and stuff. For those of you that don't know, they basically take music from each country, and then they play artists from that country and sync it with the fireworks. So I feel like Portugal, they got some cool music, cool countries.
UK's not even a country. I don't know why they're.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Whatever.
But
we'll see.
The Malaysia one looks the best colors.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
That's all of my topics.
All right. Well, yeah, I think that pretty much wraps it up here. We've been filming for like 45 minutes, which is pretty good, a little longer than last week. So yeah, I guess that pretty much wraps it up here. Thank you for watching. Make sure to check the links in the description. Got Apple Music, Spotify podcast, which is up again. And
how are we gonna do our Apple podcast now? Fuck.
Oh, that might get
Maybe there is an Apple podcast. Guys.
I don't know. We're gonna have to figure that out this week. But yeah, check out all the descriptions. what the fuck? Check out all the links in the description. And yeah, I guess we'll see you in the next episode.